Okay, we left off in the last video saying Aristotle thinks the ultimate aim of life, the purpose of existence, if you will, is happiness. We're teleological creatures. All of our choices have ends, and at the end of all of our choices is happiness. And Aristotle says when people hear this, they go, yeah, I generally agree with that. In other words, what everybody's looking for is happiness. The end of existence is happiness. The end of human nature is happiness. It's interesting to think about it this way. If all choices aim at happiness, have happiness somehow on the horizon in even the little things we do, right? I brush my teeth to take care of my teeth. Why? Because I don't want to have rotten teeth. Because when I go to work, in other words, happiness in my interaction in the world, there is no insignificant choice for Aristotle. Happiness is somehow behind every choice I make. I get up, I do work, I go to work, and I eat healthy and I work out. Why? Because I'm looking for happiness to some extent. So here's what Aristotle says about happiness. We might not realize. It's not quite clear from the beginning. Every choice we've ever made, every choice we make, and every choice we make because we think it's going to make us happy. Everything we do because we think it's going to make us happy. If you've ever looked back on what you might call now a stupid decision in life and say, what was I thinking? You were thinking that was going to make you happy. Anytime you look back and look at a terrible decision and you think, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Sometimes we make choices we know won't make us happy, but part of us is still not convinced that it won't make us happy. For example, think of someone who's addicted to drugs who knows if they keep using drugs, it's bad. They know taking this drug is bad, but somehow their heart is disconnected from their head. Their emotions still believe it's going to make them happy, but their head knows. So we can have this disconnect, Aristotle, between our head and our heart, or our thought and our emotions. In other words, and the goal is to make these two align, make our thoughts and our emotions align in what we want in life, so to speak. But happiness for Aristotle is the end to all of our motives. It's the ultimate motive. It's the highest good, is what Aristotle calls. In other words, happiness is our deepest desire. Happiness is what we really want in life. And Aristotle says no one disagrees with this. Everyone agrees that everybody's looking for happiness. Very few people would say they're not looking for happiness. Very few people want happiness so they can have money. Instead, they want money so they can have happiness. So everybody agrees that the end is happiness. Everybody agrees on the end. What they disagree with, however, is the means. Everybody agrees the end and what everybody's looking for is happiness, but what they disagree with is how to get there. What's the means to happiness? Or in what does happiness consist? What is happiness? This is the question. What is happiness? We all know we want it, but we don't know what its content is. We have the form of it, but we have to fill it in, so to speak. Okay. The interesting thing is you've already answered this question. And one way to think about it is you've already answered the question, what you think will make you happy. Everybody has a conception about this. And it's interesting to ask yourself. I don't think a lot of people ask themselves this. What do I really want in life? What do you really want in life? What do you think is going to make you happy? Or what makes you happy now? What do you delight in? What do you call good? What makes you happy? Or what do you think is going to make you happy? What are you banking on? You've probably made a decision, or someone's made a decision for you, that if you take this path in life, this will make you happy. In a certain sense, wisdom and practical wisdom and ethics for Aristotle is all about choosing the right path so you can be happy. Aristotle actually thinks you can figure out what's going to make you happy. But it's first helpful to reflect, what do I really want in life? What is my deepest desire? What is happiness for me, at least for now? What do I really want? What do I like? Most people don't even think about this. They never even think about what they really want. And Aristotle thinks it's a very important question, because what you really want and what you take delight in, what brings you happiness, is who you really are. So if you want to know who you really are, know what you like and dislike. Know what makes you happy. What do you really want? If you tell me what you really want in life, if I had some magic wand I could wave over you and figure out what you really want, I would in a certain sense know you better than anybody, or better than you know yourself, because our wants and desires reveal our personality. They reveal our character, our moral character. And the Greek word ethike is simply that, moral character, okay? So our deepest desires are who we really are. And happiness is this aim. And Aristotle says happiness is what we think happiness is, we call good. What we call good in life, we call good because we think it's going to make us happy. Okay, so the end we aim at is also the good, Aristotle says. This is in 1:1, chapter 1, or book 1, section 1. Also, too, the good is what we take delight in. So happiness is what makes us joyful. What we really want and what we call good and what we take joy in, or what we delight in, is who we are in a certain sense. So Aristotle thinks that life is all about, number one, figuring out who you are, but also getting your desires and your delights and what you think happiness is to align with your essential nature as a human being. And he actually thinks there's an objectivity to this. He thinks there are certain things that will make everyone happy and certain things that will make everyone miserable. So in the next video, we'll talk about this. Two presuppositions that Aristotle has, or two axioms that Aristotle has that are completely counterintuitive to the 21st century Westerner or Western American or whatever. Those axioms are: happiness is objective. That is, happiness is the same for everybody. One, happiness is the same for everybody to a certain extent in a qualified sense. And two, happiness is your responsibility.